Hi, have you ever stood in line at a restaurant rehearsing a simple food order in your head like it's a job interview? For a lot of new immigrants in America, ordering food can feel surprisingly stressful. When relocating to a new country, nobody talks to you about the panic that can happen when you're trying to order lunch. Ordering food back home was very easy. You walk into a restaurant and ask for rice and stew, chapati madondo, burger, chips and chicken, coconut fish, and then you get to America. The first surprise for me was how many questions come with every order. You don't just order a sandwich. You have to answer things like, what bread? What cheese? Toasted or not? What toppings? Any sauce? Meal or sandwich only? Guy, by the time they're asking the fifth question, you're still trying to process the second one. Meanwhile, the line behind you keeps getting longer, and suddenly you feel like you're holding up the entire restaurant. Then there are the accents. You might understand English perfectly well in a classroom or in the movies, but understanding someone speaking at lightning speed through a noisy restaurant speaker is a completely different skill. Sometimes the employees ask something simple and all you hear is a collection of sounds. You freeze. They repeat it. You still don't understand. They repeat it again, but slower this time. Now everyone is looking at you. You smile awkwardly and say, yes. The problem is you have no idea what you agreed to. Maybe you upgraded your meal. Maybe you added extra cheese. Maybe you accidentally ordered enough food for 4 people. Drive-thrus are even worse. For immigrants, the drive-thru speaker can feel like the final boss of communication. The audio quality sounds like someone is speaking from another planet. You lean closer. You ask them to repeat themselves. They repeat it. You still don't know what they said. At some point, you just start guessing. Another challenge is menu vocabulary. Before coming to America, you may know thousands of English words. Then you see words like ranch, slow, biscuit, grits, hash browns, or refill. You know English. You just don't know food English. And then you discover that some words don't even mean what you thought they meant. For example, in many countries, a biscuit is a sweet cookie. In America, a biscuit can arrive looking like a bread roll. That can be a confusing experience. Portion sizes can also be overwhelming. You order what sounds like a normal meal. A few minutes later, someone places a tray in front of you that could feed an entire family. You start wondering whether you misunderstood the menu or whether this is considered a normal amount of food. Another thing that surprises many immigrants is customization culture. In some countries, you order the item exactly as it's listed. In America, it feels like every meal is a build your own adventure. You can remove and add ingredients, substitute them, choose different sizes, different sauces, different sides, and different toppings. It's great because you have options. It's stressful because you have options. Nobody wants to be the person standing there for 3 minutes trying to decide between different sauces. The funny thing is that after enough time, something changes. The questions become familiar. The menu starts making sense. You stop panicking when someone asks what size drink you want. You learn how to order confidently. You even start customizing your food like everyone else. And one day, a new immigrant walks into the restaurant and freezes when the employee starts asking questions. You recognize that look immediately because you've been there. what seems like a tiny everyday task can actually be a huge challenge when you're adapting to a new culture. Ordering food isn't just about food. It's about language, confidence, cultural differences, and learning how to navigate a new environment. Most people never think twice about it, but for many immigrants, every successful food order is a small victory. And honestly, after surviving your first American drive-thru, you can survive almost anything. Thank you for watching. Kindly consider subscribing if you haven't done so, and see you in the next video.